So, where do I even begin? A few months ago, I discussed the deplatforming of LeafyIsHere and its effects on the commentary community. If you want to watch that video, then awesome, I'll leave a link to it below. But if not, well then the point of that video was to discuss how YouTube set a precedence with Leafy's ban. Basically, YouTube saying, hey, if you want to do what this guy did,
we will fucking kill you.
But in this video, we won't be discussing how Leafy's ban affected the commentary community, but instead, we're going to be focusing on how Leafy's return could have saved the commentary community.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Now you see, when people think LeafyIsHere content, they think unrelated gameplay footage with commentary / expose type rants. But you see, since then Leafy was making LeafyIsHere content, but they weren't exactly as they once were. Where the surf gameplay / roast / rant style of content was, has now been replaced with what can only be described as shitposting. But listen, what I'm basically saying is that they're shitposts with a purpose. It's a bit hard to explain, so I'll just be using the phrase that Leafy essentially memes on any of his subjects. The videos themselves were just a lot less serious. They weren't as bully heavy, they weren't as attack heavy. They were just light quick jabs, just like the one he did on iDubbbz when he originally made his comeback. We're treated to a much shorter form commentary content, with Leafy giving his thoughts on something after playing a series of clips about a certain topic or subject. But instead of the serious approach he once took, the entire focus of the video is on dry, sarcastic humor, which, if I might add, is the absolute fucking play, and in my opinion is what commentary as a genre needed. Now, when Leafy made his comeback, his content was entertaining. In fact, I'd go to say that it was the most entertaining commentary content that was on YouTube. Now, the last couple of years has seen the commentary community as a whole become much more serious. And I'm not saying that 2016 didn't have pedophilia allegations. Trust me, there was a lot. But what I am saying is commentary as a whole went from having a focus on entertainment to having a focus on expose. Creator bad for this reason. Creator bad, me good because I point out creator bad. This has now become the standard formula for all commentary content. And frankly, there's a place for that, especially considering figures like Onision or Minilad, but the fact of the matter is, there just isn't that many Onisions. And what that cultivates in is a swarm of commentators constantly fighting to have the first take, the best take, the hardest hit. And a majority of those takes are either filled with incomplete information and just fucking wrong information sometimes. In the last few years, we've seen this evolve into what is coined as cancel culture. We've seen plenty of examples of commentary channels just plain out getting shit wrong in a rush. Slazo and James Charles are probably the first to come to mind when you hear the word cancel culture. In all honesty, I sometimes wonder if what they have gone through would have been as serious if it wasn't for dipshits like I'm Alex just spewing out fucking bullshit. And even worse, sometimes they even do this without even waiting for a response. The point of why I'm saying this is because commentary has become nothing more than gossip. I have a question for you guys. Why do you guys think Keemstar is still around? You may hate him, you may love him, but nobody can deny that he's a fucking cockroach. The secret reason why Keemstar will never die out and always grow was because he embraced what he is. Daniel Keem knows he is nothing more than the TMZ of YouTube. When DJ Keemstar embraces the full character of the Keemstar persona, he gives exactly what his audience wants, which is gossip and online celebrity news. I don't simply care for it, but there will always be forms of celebrity gossip. He doesn't pretend he's any better than the things he talks about, he just talks about something one of his 1 million connections told him to, and makes a haha funny Keemstar joke. But the purpose of his videos are clear, and if there's any form of that purpose, then there will be an audience to watch the video. But now, you may be asking, what the fuck does this all have to do with our boy Leafy? Well, like I said, a lot of the cancel culture bullshit is caused by the once trusted commentary channels just plain out getting shit wrong in a rush. They do it so they can get one leg up on each other and be the first person to break any major news. Commentary videos in and of itself have lost their purpose, but when Leafy made his return, his content was changing that. He was popularizing a type of commentary that does not accuse, but instead entertain. And in a bizarre way, it's pretty fucking genius. I mean, let's be honest, this is how commentary blew up in the first place. It was never about canceling the subject of the video, it was about deriving the most amount of comedy from them. Or as I like to call it, milking it until it's dry. But it's also not the first time commentary on YouTube has seen this take on the genre, and there was one person who used to do it better than anybody else. You already know the answer, don't you? Don't lie to me. It's Ethan Klein. Now, Ethan Klein is a very interesting person to look at. I honestly can't think of any YouTubers who have fallen from grace quite as hard as he has. And there are a lot of videos explaining that. Gokunaru's Content Vigilante exposes pretty clearly what Ethan's true character is. H3H3's widely considered golden years where he's once subverting the content made from prank channels. I mean, Mommy Makeout Day, Ethan Bradbury, Joey Salads and his fucking piss fetish. These are all memes that have stood the test of time and for a good reason. They're fucking hilarious. Or they were, until Ethan ran them into the fucking ground. But that's a topic for another day. Maybe. I don't know, man. My upload schedule has been pretty fucking shit recently. But the point I want to focus on is that they were far more effective at getting rid of a shitty genre on YouTube. Instead of attacking these prank channels, he changed how the community viewed them. I do have another question for you guys though. With the exception of his CSGO Lotto video, has any of Ethan's more serious videos ever resulted in a change of opinion? The answer is no. The fact of the matter is, much like late 2016 Leafy, H3 has not learned that he is just not good at critique videos and expose videos. The point of his videos were always comedy, and when he lost that, he lost a core part of himself. And like I continue to repeat, his videos have lost their purpose. Ethan Klein wants to be taken more seriously, but he's completely inept when it comes to making more serious content. And I think he's lost himself in a cycle of trying to create more and more serious content in an effort to regain his credibility, and he constantly keeps falling short. There's just too many other channels like Nerd City who can do serious commentary so much better. The commentary channels that focused on comedy and have swapped over just don't have the toolset to keep up. If you need proof, then just look at the response to Ethan's content leak on Keemstar. Ethan obviously wanted to replicate the quality and effectiveness of his compadre the Content Cop, but at the end of the day, it turned into a video with no purpose. Content Nuke Keemstar has absolutely nothing new, and it functions more as a recap of all of Keemstar's past controversies than an actual investigative tape, which means not only is it a boring video, but it also doesn't have that much to say. I think it's clear that the Content Nuke and the two additions to it didn't pan out quite as Ethan expected. I mean, fuck, when the video came out, just a month later, the community had already moved on to new drama. It seems that in the modern day, the roles of H3H3 and Leafy have swapped. One is the channel you go for the latest YouTube news and heated takes, and the other was the channel you go for comedy and shitposts. Leafy was seeing so much success in his return because he has realized that serious commentary is just not what he was good at. And if he's not good at it, then there's no way you can actually provide an actual purpose to the video. And it also just happens that the community itself is getting pretty sick of this serious commentary style. Frankly, it's something that I'm sick of. There's a reason why channels like Critical and Too Mad, who routinely take comedic stances on internet culture, are doing so well right now. At this point, it's a breath of fresh air not to get riled up every time you want to hear about some YouTube drama. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest. Commentary has become a very stagnant genre. It's no longer the juggernaut it used to be 5 years ago, and there has not been a single commentary channel that blew up like Leafy or Pyrocynical did. And it is because commentary as a genre has lost its purpose. Serious commentary videos with nothing new to say are just not entertaining. And at the end of the day, if there's no comedy and there's no quality criticism, then what the fuck is the point of the video you're trying to make? At that point, it's just a guy sitting in his room complaining. And to be entirely honest with you guys, this is something that I've had to come to terms with myself. And if commentary is ever going to grow again on this site, then other commentary channels are just going to have to do the same. They're just going to have to relearn how to be entertaining, and more importantly, they have to relearn how to make videos that have a fucking point. And when Leafy was leading that charge, there was a good chance that commentary channels were going to follow suit. I want to make it clear that removing expose type commentary videos is not what YouTube needs, but I do believe that the fat has to be trimmed. Leafy calling H3H3 fat,
"You're a fat, fucking disgusting piece of shit,"
is leagues more entertaining than hearing H3H3 bad for the 200th fucking time. And frankly, it's a lot more creative. The channels that do make good investigative commentary have a place on this platform. But right now, in my opinion, it's far too oversaturated and everybody is feeling it. Especially when a lot of those investigative commentary YouTubers aren't even doing it that well. I hope it's clear that I do have a deep love for commentary content, and at the end of the day, I just want it to be better. I can't pretend like it's in a good place right now. I used to think it was YouTube's hate boner against edgy content, but I'm slowly starting to realize it's the creators themselves. The creativity has just dried up, and the savior was Leafy's lazy ass shitpost. But will commentary ever be the juggernaut like it was in 2016? No. I think that's ridiculous. Trends will rise and fall all the time, especially on a platform as chaotic as YouTube. But I don't think the chance is 100% not there. However, I suppose only time will tell. But what I think is clear is that commentary needs to be refreshed. And if it was going to be refreshed, then Leafy's comeback was going to pave the way for that change. However, the survival of the commentary genre just might depend on how many other commentary channels change just like Leafy did. The serious pseudo-journalism just doesn't have any more juice. To be honest, even with Leafy most likely never going to be returning to the platform, I'm excited and optimistic to see how things change from here on out. God save Queen Weezis, and don't forget to comment hiss on everything you see. My name is Weezis, and as always, subscribe to the channel.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true.